What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mind Your Business, a conversation for entrepreneurs. Today, I have my good friends here, and we're going to talk a little bit about starting a business and maintaining your business in Jackson. You'll hear from each of them about how they started their businesses, and they'll give a little testimony about what it's like to run a business in Jackson. We're going to start with Miranda Joyner of Miranda J Marketing. Can you tell us about your business?
Sure. My name is Miranda Joyner, and I am a brand strategist. I work with entrepreneurs, creatives, and business owners, helping them essentially to find their unique brand voice. I've also discovered that I have a knack for helping people connect to purpose. Once they find their unique brand voice, I help them to connect to their audience and make them coins, because that's what most people care about.
Yes,
anyway.
coins.
Yeah, coins. Absolutely.
Great. Okay. Amanda?
So I'm Amanda Page. I own The Murals, which is a public photography studio in Jackson that is open to all the upcoming creatives in the city.
Dope. We're actually here at The Murals right now shooting. So if you are in the market for a photography studio, you should definitely come and check out this space. What about you, Kalisha?
My name is Kalisha Patrice, and I am currently running Effective Marketing and Networking. What we do is we give people a place on social media to find their space and their audience and spread their word throughout social media and other platforms.
So all of my friends have really succinct, elevator pitches and stuff. I don't really have all that. But Mind Your Business is a space for just that. This event was started as a networking event, and now we, due to COVID, we have been unable to have the event in person, so we're hosting it virtually. This conversation is just to talk more about starting your business in Mississippi and maintaining your business so that you can be successful and, like Miranda said, get those coins. So my first thing I wanted to talk about with you guys was dispelling some of the rumors about entrepreneurship. I know a lot of folks are always, I'm scared to start a business, and for me, I'm like, you should just do it. But do you guys have any take on that? Any rumors that you've heard of that you like to dispel, or maybe some things that you found were true when it comes to starting your business?
I feel like for me, starting was the easy part. Now maintaining and dealing with, the downside of things is where it gets difficult. But as far as getting the ground running, there's hella resources and plenty of people who you can network with who are also doing the same thing that you're doing. So I feel like as long as you're willing to reach across the table to ask somebody for help, you'll be all right.
That's true. I think a lot of times we think that when we start a business, it's something that you should do by yourself so you can keep all the money. But like they say, you have to spend money in order to make money. You also have to have a team behind you in order to be successful. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I think that team effort is what makes any business successful. I have such a supreme support system that works with and behind me and around me, including you guys. If there's anything I need, I'm always able to reach out to you or reach out to Amanda or anybody in this room, and you guys have always been a big help. One of the rumors, or not necessarily rumors, but something that I feel is if you start a business, you have to be passionate about it. And that's the only thing I don't like about a lot of people who go into business. It's just a hobby. Yeah. It cannot be a hobby. You have to love it. You have to live it. And that's the only way I think it strives and it's successful, is if it's something that you really want to do.
Well, you got to wake up every day and, put your best foot forward if you want to succeed in business. But Miranda, I hear you say that a lot, that you like to take folks who have a hobby and turn that creative passion into an actual job, like you just stated.
Yeah, absolutely. I think to speak to what you said earlier, when talking about people being fearful, I think people should be scared going into business. I think it's a part of the process, getting comfortable and used to the fear, because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we're making decisions that are scary. Just to be honest, we're taking a risk. And so the more comfortable you get with taking that risk, even when you feel those times where you're scared and hesitant to do it, the better off you'll be. But the thing that, as far as taking something from a hobby to a business, that's the thing that I feel like is the rumor. Like a lot of times entrepreneurship has really become something that has kind of become trendy, to say I'm a boss and this is what I do. At the end of the day, I posted something the other day that my colleague, one of my friends, he's a coach in Oklahoma, a finance coach, he posted something that said, I quit my 9 to 5 to be an entrepreneur, and now I work from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m., right? And so I think what a lot of people don't realize is the actual work and investment that it takes to be an entrepreneur, because it's not for everybody. And that's the one thing I want people to know, that even though I feel like everybody could probably do this if they buckle down and try it, but entrepreneurship is really not for everybody. Everybody's not built for it, because you really do have to have a focus and a passion. But also, more importantly, you have to remember that this entrepreneurship journey is not about you. It's about the people you serve. And what a lot of entrepreneurs do, I think, is they get into it because they want to call themselves a boss and they want to be a boss. And that's a part of it. But you have to remember to keep the main thing, right? And it's the people that you serve. It's why you're in this world and why you show up. So for me, that's one of the things when it comes to jumping into this journey that I want to make sure people know and understand. And even going through the process with me, when you work with me, that's one of the things I help people to realize that, hey, this really ain't got nothing to do. I mean, it's about you, but it's not for you. Right. And so that's so important. And it's also vital to the success of your business too. Because when you make that small shift, then it really catapults you and it connects you to people in a way.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with having the boss mentality, you know, and still working for the man or a corporate job.
Not at all.
You can still be a boss and do that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's not for the faint of heart, not at all. But I'm just thinking, like, how do we manage the risk involved with starting your own business? Like you said, it's easy to start, but maintaining it is the hard part. What would you say would be hard about maintaining a business? Is it that back end stuff, like the paperwork? Is it dealing with clientele? Like Miranda said, it's for them, but sometimes, I mean,
it's hard when it doesn't go how you think it's gonna go, or when that money not coming in like you thought it was gonna come in, and you have to switch up the method, whether it's marketing, finances, or the product itself. Sometimes what you thought was gonna work, it doesn't work.
that's true.
Because when that money don't come in, the bills start piling up, especially the full-time entrepreneurs. Kudos to y'all. I'm not there yet.
Right.
But
But you make the murals look like a full-time gig, so
sometimes
I mean, we can appreciate
like that. But I don't feel like, to me, it takes a lot to just step out on a limb and say, you know what, I'm gonna risk it all for this one thing. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's enough about the rumors. We're gonna go pay some bills right quick and then we'll be back. We're gonna refresh our drinks. I hope that you guys do the same. Today we have B&J Events and Treats. She's given us this sample treat tray of cupcakes, specialty cupcakes and dipped strawberries. She also offers full-size cakes for any event, birthday, weddings, divorce parties, entanglement parties. I'm gonna let all of y'all try something. Yeah, just grab it. Act like you're hungry, okay? You can connect with B&J Events on Facebook. Again, you can contact her there to order your cakes or what have you. Let's see what my gal pals think of the cupcakes.
Delicious.
That's good.
You really got in there, didn't you? I like it a lot.
The chocolate is really good.
That is good. Man, what you think?
Are these turtle?
I think they're turtle. She didn't give me the name.
They did
You
divorce
gotta make a
strawberries.
cupcake. Yeah, you gotta make a cupcake sandwich.
I ain't never seen that.
What? You've never seen that?
Tear the bottom out.
Okay.
That is good.
I'm with it.
Thank you, B&J Treat. All right, next up we have Hello Black Man. So, Hello Black Man has a collection of journals for women, teens, Hello Black couples,
Men and children.
men, and for the children. Sorry. Check out this journal. Let's give a little glance. So, in this journal, they have prompts for you to write that are specific to whether or not it's for women or for children or for men. This company was started initially for men by Jamie Jenkins. He was looking to connect with his son and his father by creating a journal to facilitate the conversation. So I think it's awesome that he's made this journal for everybody and not just for the black man. You can follow Hello Black Man on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Twitter. And YouTube.
What's on YouTube?
What's on YouTube? Hello Black Man. Like what kind of content?
Yeah.
Just whatever is going on. We do conversations with him, his dad, or whoever. If somebody purchases a book and they send us like questions of them talking to their kids, we use that content, that footage, and also we do weekly conversations with our children collectively. We write in our journals, we swap books, and we talk about what they want to know about us, what they want to know about, we want to know about them.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. I think this is really good too because I have a son who is not the most talkative. And so for him to be able to get this journal and sit down and write, he might feel more comfortable writing in a journal than talking to me. And so even though while it's something I wouldn't pick up to go through, I think it's good to help him express himself. So this is a great idea. I love it.
The teen version and the children's versions are much more interactive. They have activities and different things about social media. They have a playlist where they can write down the things that they're listening to and the shows that they're watching. So it's very fun. The kids really love it, and the kids actually played an active role in helping create these journals. So they are very focused on what kids, what teens, and what women and children are talking about.
That's great. I think writing is extremely helpful in life, no matter what. So this is really good. And prompts definitely help people who aren't used to writing. So the writing prompts at the top are pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, and stay tuned. There is a Hello Black Entrepreneur coming out late December. Yep.
Talk about maintaining a good credit score. Whew.
Next prompt.
That's a good,
Next page.
I'll tear that page out, you know. Don't want to talk about
It's
that.
important, and you know, for the culture, I can honestly attest, my parents never talked to me about credit. And I try to talk to my parents about credit now, and they don't want to hear what I'm talking about because my daddy I'm paying cash for everything, you know. So now he's in his late 50s, he has no credit. And he's like, well, why I don't have no credit? I ain't never got nothing. It's like, that's why you don't have any credit. So it's very important for us to introduce this stuff to our children so they don't have the same problems that we had when we were growing up. Or that I had. I don't know about anybody else because I got married at 17, didn't know nothing about the word. So here you go. Now you have journals to write down stuff and pass on to your kids, and now they won't have the same struggles that we had.
Everybody pick up a copy of Hello Black Woman, Man, Child, Teen, Couple.
Baby's coming soon. Hello, Black baby.
Here you go, Black baby.
They are the future.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about marketing and how important it is to your business. So we've already spoke about starting your business and what it's like to maintain a business, but one aspect that I think a lot of folks get hung up on is marketing. In order for people to shop with you or work with you, they got to hear about you. So my preference is word of mouth. I work on a referral system as a loctician. A lot of my clients, they refer out, and you know, I don't really have to post as much on social media. But Kalisha, you're very big on social media. What's your strategy behind that?
Making connects. And the way that I like to make connects is I actually have a goal. I like to meet and reach out to at least 4 new people a day. I mean, social media is no different than every day talking to people or making cold phone calls. And there are companies who still make cold phone calls if anybody is interested in doing that. But I am in over 400 groups on Facebook that do marketing, networking, branding, and people are really eager to help. And they don't always want to charge. You know, they just want to see everybody else succeed or grow. So when I go in these groups, I post things or I see people post things, and I don't just drop my business in it. I make connections and I go in their inboxes and I talk to them. And we make these long distance phone calls. We do Zooms, and it's effective because people are looking to grow their business outside of their states. So once you get into other states, then you're able to see who their friends are. Because if I just talk to you guys, if I just post to you guys, y'all the only one who's seeing my information. But once I start connecting with people outside of the state, then other people start to see the business and it grows, and people start connecting their businesses to my businesses, and they figure out how to grow their business along with me.
How are you able to manage 400?
I was just about to ask.
I said I'm in 400 groups.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that I actually post to all of them. But if you saw my Facebook feed, I don't see what other people see. Most of the things that I see is all about business and networking and marketing and how they are growing their businesses. You know, from people who are doing web designs, from people who are doing videos, and they want to connect with other people. You just have to be able to talk to them and be able to speak their language, because that's what we feel a lot of times. We don't make those positive connects. You know, we just like, okay, we want likes. And it's not all about likes. Likes are good, don't get me wrong, because once you reach a certain algorithm on Facebook, over 10,000 likes, you start getting paid, and Instagram. So yeah, it's good to have likes, but it's also good to have active followers, people who are commenting, people who are actually talking back to you. That is what drives information and people to your pages.
So you basically curated your feed to just be business.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
I think the important thing, though, to realize about what she said is it's not just about curating her feed. What she's doing is, what you're seeing is an aggressive networking, social media networking. And so by being a part of all these groups, she's expanding her network, which is what people struggle with doing in real life, right? When we do it on a local level, we're trying to connect to other people. She's just isolated it to, I mean, not just, but in this instance, she's isolated it to social media networking. And so she's jumped in all of these groups to be seen, and it's like a controlled chaos. And so now she's dinging here, she's dinging there, and not only is she creating a feed that's feeding her what they're doing and how they're moving, she's also appearing in their stuff as well when she shows up. And so it's spreading the brand of whatever she's promoting, right? And so people are like, oh, you know, and everybody wants to jump into doing paid advertisement to get your stuff to reach. This is one free, easy way to do it. You just got to be willing to sacrifice, like she did, your timeline.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound easy. It just sounds like a sacrifice. Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to actually, you know, reach out to these people. And a lot of times people want to tell you their life stories. And it's okay. Just listen to it. Just figure it out. Just go through it. And, you know, you weed out what you need, and you know, take advantage of the opportunities that is presented to you in those fashions. So I enjoy it, because a lot of times you spend a lot of time on social media. But if you're working, like I said earlier, if it becomes a passion for you, then you're able to do it without it consuming your day, and then you turn it into coins, like Miranda said.
And it's a strategy. It's what most people don't have. It is a very strategic thing to do, and it's smart. Yeah.
I think you just gave away your secret sauce.
Not really, because not everybody's gonna want to do it. Like, people
People
call me
I
all
don't
the
want to
time.
do
They're
it.
like,
Listen to
hey, I need you to help me work with this. Can you post my business here, post my business there? So like, it's time consuming, you know, so.
And can we just talk about that? Because you just triggered something with me with that. Because people are always like, oh, the game is to be sold and not told. But at the end of the day, there is nothing that you can tell me about your business that I can't look up on YouTube. Right. And so the goal then becomes for you to become a resource for people, because like you just said, people aren't going to want to do it. They're going to come to you and pay. Right. And so when you show people that you know what you're talking about, they're going to be more likely to pay you to do it. And the people who are going to take it on their own, to do it on their own, let them. Like, there are certain people that are just going to take what you say and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. But that number is not as big as we think it is, right? The majority of the people don't have the time, don't want to do it, and people pay for convenience. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, I pay to do stuff I know how to do. Right. I know how to cook, but I'm still going to go pay for people to cook for me. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take away from your coins when you show people that you actually know what you're talking about. Right. So
that's true. So as far as I said, I'm referral marketing. This is my side business, and my full-time self-employment business is being a loctician. And I started out initially with posting on a regular schedule on social media, because a lot of my clients come from Instagram. So I just used a couple of hashtags that were directed towards, you know, locks and Jackson. And I got a lot of clients like that. And then afterwards, I slacked up, you know, because life. I slacked up on posting. And I get so many people now just strictly off of referrals. So for me, that's working. I'm at a comfortable space. I am looking to scale up by introducing some classes instead of me just doing hair, but teaching people how to do hair. That way, you know, I get the same amount of, I put in the same amount of effort, but then I also get more income. So I think that's working smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. What about you? When you started Jackson Photo Walk, did you reach out to people on a hashtag? Did you reach out to people?
So ours was more grassroots. So I don't like to be on social media like that personally. So I like to do cross networking or direct marketing. So literally with us, we reached out to individually each photographer in the city that we knew and wanted them personally to come to our event. So it was more personal in a way to bring them out. And even with the studio, with the cross networking, like say I'll throw a deal to somebody who I know has an audience that I haven't tapped into yet, let them do that for whatever discount price it is. But at their event, I'm seeing faces I've never seen before, who've never been to my space, who've never seen it before. And from that, I'm getting 2 to 3 other events booked just based off that one, versus having to always post on a scheduled basis.
That's true. That's how I met you, actually. You reached out to me about filming something, and I never met you. You never met me. And then, you know.
I be in them DMs now.
Yeah. That's smart, though. I think that really speaks a lot to everybody's strategy, speaks a lot to their personality.
Right.
You know, like you said, you take a more personal approach. Kalisha is.
She can have that.
She's very popular, you know.
That's the right word.
A lot of people love you because you are engaging, you know, and it's not like a generic conversation, even though, you know, they may tell you a little bit more than you want to know. You have maintained your audience and you constantly build it based off of your personality, and, you know, whether that's just your social media personality or your actual personality. And Miranda, I mean, you're infectious. That's what you do. You know, you're a strategist. I like to say strategist because I'm country. I know. The first time I met her, I said, "So you're a strategist," and she was like, "What?"
What? Add that to my resume. Strategist and strategist. Let's break it down. It just gives me more girth. That's all.
Yeah.
Did you talk about your marketing?
Oh, no. I mean, I can. For me, the marketing aspect of it really is all about the personal touch. So while I do bits of what she does, I'm definitely not as aggressive with the networking in that sense. This year was the year I really wanted to turn up my in-person networking, and then COVID came along and said, no, you sit down. So I sat down. And really for me, it's all about connecting to the people that I work with and having that know, like, and trust factor that, you know, people talk about when it comes to branding. And so the reason people like me so much is because I am so engaging with people. I do comment back. I do make people feel like they know me. People literally feel like we're friends. And so there's always that engagement with people because I talk to anybody, whether you're somebody that has a title in the political field or you're somebody that's known well, or whether you're somebody I've never met before. I literally make it a point to engage with everybody I come across as if we're all the same. And so I'm really intentional about that.
Let me ask all y'all a question about that. Do you set aside a certain amount of time, or do you, well, I'm not going to ask you because you don't post on social media, but do you set aside a certain amount of time a day, a week to do this? Or do you just respond, you know, as the comments roll in?
Yeah, so I'll speak to that, and then she can respond if we have time. I'll make it quick. For me, it's about setting a schedule. And so on Sundays, I set a schedule. I think about what my week looks like, and then I kind of have gotten to the point to where I kind of plan my posting around that. But I make it a deal to be consistent, and where people lose the translation of what consistency means, it doesn't mean every single day, all day. Consistency means that you're just showing up on the regular basis, right? Whatever you set for yourself. So if it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then you just consistently show up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If it's only Monday and Friday, then consistently show up Monday and Friday. So for me, I make it a point to on Sundays think about what my week looks like, and I kind of schedule my content around that. So like today, I knew I was going to be doing this, so I knew Sunday I was going to be talking about this a little bit. I'm running a promo for my birthday, so I know later on this evening I'm going to be talking about logos because tomorrow I'm giving away a logo. And then tomorrow evening I'll be talking about the thing I'm giving away on the next day. So for me, I kind of plan around the events in my day, and it makes it a lot easier so you don't feel so consumed.
And I'll tell you all about my strategy when you come back from commercial.
So we're going to go to commercial. We're going to strategize a little bit, and then we'll be back. The Purple Label Candle and Wax Melt sent over her favorite, I guess, scent in candle and also a wax melt for men. She said this is something new. This is a new addition to the collection, a men's line. Candy Girl, it's called. It smells like candy.
So I personally use her for my candles. And the reason being is she's one of the few people that does wood wicks. I love wood wicks because it gives you that crackle and pop like you're by a fireplace. So if anybody wants to,
It makes a lot of noise. I have them too. Yeah, I love them.
I definitely highly recommend Purple Label.
I've never used hers, but yeah, that noise. Sometimes it scares me too when I'm in the living room. You're like, ooh, the candle's on.
She's known for customizing scents. She's made car freshener for me, and that was interesting.
You know who else customized a scent recently that's famous? Erica Badu.
Let's not talk about the packaging and naming for her.
But it's sold out.
These are really cute.
These smell good.
They're called black, but they're not black. But I guess
What are
black
these?
is for men. Wax milk.
Oh,
So you
nice,
put
yeah.
this in your wax warmer.
Okay.
But it's cute because it's a flower.
But it's for me.
It's for men, but you know, a woman's gonna buy it for her man, you know? And it's gotta appeal to the woman. You can connect with Jillian at the Purple Label Candles and Wax Milk on Facebook. I also link her information in the comments. Thank you, Purple Label Candles. All right, next up, another fave of mine is Shop Earthly Creations Apothecary. She's a holistic skincare line. She has some body care items like cleansers and oils. This is one of the things she has in the, I guess, hydrosol and waters. Is the sage cleansing water. You can use it to cleanse your crystals, sage your space. Instead of burning sage, you can just use this water. I personally use it as a room spray, and sometimes I spray my locks. I know you were asking about that with this cleansing water. It's really light.
I've never heard of sage water. That's interesting.
So it's essentially like using sage if you're into that practice. But it's also, just a woody, it's really earthy. So if you're into that, which I am, I'm into herbally and earthy things, that's the way to go. So I've used this product already, so don't judge. But this is the Honey Rose Balm. You use this everywhere, like if you get a mosquito bite, you can rub some of this on there. Paper cut, you can rub some of this on there. It's safe for children too. It's all natural. It says apply anywhere on the body to moisturize or treat. So yeah, it doesn't really have a honey or a rose scent, but I like all of her products because they're natural. And I can't really use a lot of things on my face or in my hair unless they're natural. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh sure, why not?
Since it's already broken in.
Sticking my finger on my finger.
It's already broken in.
Some of those are rose petals within it.
Yeah, it's some rose in there.
Awesome. It smells really good.
I don't really smell the rose. But anyway, yeah, you can shop with Earthly Creations on her Facebook or her Instagram page. She has a link. I'll put that in the comments below. You can check her out. Follow her on Instagram and Facebook for all your earthly needs and herbally holistic wellness treatment items. Thank you, Earthly Creations. Thanks for tuning back in with us. We want to hit on a topic that's a little bit hard to talk about, but it's something that we do need to discuss, and that's your protection during this coronavirus. I personally shut down my business when coronavirus first spiked, and now due to the guidelines from the CDC and the Board of Cosmetology, we've been taking steps to protect ourselves, such as masks and gloves. Most of you work virtually. Amanda, have you been doing those same things as far as protecting yourself and photographers coming to the studio? What does that look like for you?
We require photographers to wear masks, but obviously the models cannot. So it's kind of come at your own risk in a situation. But we do have hand sanitizer, washing station, Lysol, and we clean the studio after every client. So we're doing what we can to pretty much still stay running, but at the same time, people have to take personal responsibility as well as us doing our part. But you can only do so much.
That's true. I think about every time I have a client that I'm just like, is this mask gonna be enough? Are these gloves gonna be enough? Did I touch my eye when I took my gloves off? You know, things like that. So are you guys experiencing any of the same things? Miranda, I know you're basically just working virtually, right? You're not meeting.
Right. So yeah, there was a shift for me in meeting with my clients one-on-one, but then I went to virtual. I have clients that are in state and out of state, and so of course I was already used to kind of doing both before the pandemic. But once it came along, like I was discussing with Amanda before we started today, that I really enjoy the virtual because it's more convenient, it's quicker, and I can also see more people back to back. So my days tend to fill up with clients now, as opposed to where I seem to be a little bit more limited to meeting with people and trying to juggle schedules of meeting face to face here locally. So for me, it's been convenient and an increase for me as far as the workload once people started back, because of course when the pandemic first hit, everybody froze. So there was that moment where everybody was trying to figure out what to do and where to go. But once the momentum kicked back in, it was that. Also with the open mic that I do, I run an event, and so we still have not reconnected. While other places of business have opened back up, I have yet to get back in a space because, we would average about 80 to 100 people every event. And so to me, to be in that small confined space, I wouldn't want to do that because I know once we go back, I know they're going to come. And I, again, just don't have confidence that it would be the safest option for us. So we still do virtual open mics every week as well. So a lot of shifts happen for me, and I'm still in that vein.
Sounds like it was more of an opportunity that, I guess you turn lemons into lemonade. When the pandemic hit, I went home and I started a garden. And for me, it was an opportunity for me to just, practice self-care. But for you, it sounds like you're more productive.
No, I wouldn't say that. I see how you could see that, but I dare to say that whatever you need in that moment, because I was very adamant about this, because entrepreneurship looks different for everybody. And whatever you needed in that moment is the thing that you needed to make sure that you show up in your business in the most successful way. And for you, it was starting a garden. For me and my personality, I needed to stay busy. I kill plants when I try to make them stay alive. So me starting a garden it's not going to be. It's not going to work.
You need one of these plants. They don't kill easy.
Yeah, and it would die at my house. Is my point.
Oh.
So while my grandmother had such a green thumb, I just didn't pick up that trait. But my point is that that's what you needed in order to show up successfully in your business when you did roll back around. And self-care and rest and relaxation is vital to the success of business. And people tend to subscribe to this hustle mentality, no sleep thing, and it's just not. It's not smart. It's not smart because you don't show up 100% effective. And for people who are running a real business, you have to be conscious mentally. And when you lose sleep, you're not there 100%. No matter what memes on social media tell you, you're not 100%. You're not making the best decisions, and you're not able to be instinctive in your business. And you need that flexibility that Amanda was talking about earlier to know when things flop, to be able to say, what do I do next? And if you're not all the way there mentally, when you don't get enough sleep, it's scientifically proven that you don't function at 100%, and it affects your memory and the way you show up. So
I get 8 hours of sleep and my memory is shot. So I don't know about that science. Oh, about the 8 hours?
Yeah.
How many hours are you averaging?
I have 3 children, and they all have multiple different personalities, aging from 15 to 6, and they all have different sleeping times now since they don't go to school. So they're all over the place. I say I get an average about 5 hours. That's a good nice rest for me, 5 hours.
So juggling parenting and effective marketing and networking and your full-time job.
Okay, so since the pandemic hit, we have been working from home from my full-time job. I'm still going on site for my part-time job. But it's not as difficult as I would have thought it was, because I am actually a lot more productive in my full-time job working from home. And I'm able to put forth a lot more effort into effective with the social media thing. So I don't recommend anybody do this, But for the groups that I get the most activity out of, I turn on notifications. So I'm very, very big about being prompt. So if somebody is commenting on something that I have posted, then I'm getting back to them right away. Because when you get back to people right away, they're more apt to use your services versus if you take 24 hours, you know. So I just allow myself to manage my time. I have a whiteboard that I write my goals down on every day, and I check them off. My first goal of the day is to make my bed. If I don't make my bed, nothing else gets done. And it's just wow, you know, if I make that small goal and I do it, then I'm able to complete tasks throughout the day. And my kids are big enough to do a lot for themselves, so they bother me, but they don't bother me for things like a sandwich or stuff like that. So
because they can make their own. Yeah, well, let's talk about time, or make some cereal or noodles or stuff. You trust them?
Not really, but you know, sometimes you just have to drop your guard. Like if they burn the house down, you know, right? We just gonna do what we gotta do. Make the most of it.
But time management is another topic that I would like to hit on. I mean, Corona, it is what it is at this point in time. I mean, like you said, that's very true, that we just have to we have to own up, our own responsibility for how we protect ourselves, but we have to make do. You know, most of us can't stay at home every day and work, you know, from home. So time management wise though, I want to piggyback off of what you were saying. Are y'all those entrepreneurs that like to wake up at like 6 or 5 a.m. and 6 a.m., get a jump on the world? Because I'm not. I'm late to work every day. I know that's not professional. I know that's not professional, but I'm at least 5 minutes behind schedule every day. Seriously.
Work on it every day.
I do. I wake up around 5, 6 o'clock because I've gotten this strict regimen where I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get fit. I want some abs. Okay, so hadn't worked out so far. I still don't have any abs. But I do. I get up by 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's because I've been going to bed a lot earlier than I normally do. You know, 12, 1. And so when I get up, I have to make sure that the kids get their breakfast and that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I have to get them up. So I like to get an early start because I can get to bed a lot earlier than I would if I don't get an early start.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
It don't.
In my mind.
Yeah, I'm quite the opposite. So I sleep, I go to bed late at night, and then I wake up, you know, around my body instinctively, because for so long I was doing radio, so I was really waking up at those hours. And when I released that, the heavens opened up, and so I was like, great. So my body, though, instinctively kind of wakes up in the 7 to 8 o'clock hour, but sometimes I'll lay there a little bit. But usually I'm up by 8, up and moving around, and once I get going, I'm going. But as far as managing time in the beginning, just to speak to that, in my entrepreneurial career, I totally sucked at it. Like, it was horrible because I was so excited to just have that freedom. And then anytime somebody would be like, apparently all my friends got wind that I was an entrepreneur, and so everybody wanted to have lunch. So my lunch days would turn into interrupting my day. And then by the time I had to realize very quickly, oh, you just got to stop eating lunch with people and having a midday drink, because that ain't what you want to do every day. So I had to make an adjustment because there was that period for me. And time management was really something that I struggled with in the beginning. I would still be productive, but it would be like isolated to like the time frame where I got it done. And I've gotten a lot better with it, but in the beginning it was bad.
Mine still sucks.
I cut off all bookings at like 9 o'clock so I can make sure that I am home, you know, got my family time, you boot up, so you can have your business and personal and family life separate, because I want to make time for both, because both is important. But at the same time, I can't do that 6 a.m., 5 a.m.
It's not in my ministry.
I try to break it up like on the weekends. I would really like to sleep in sometimes, but it's my biological
And actually productive, or are you just up?
When I get up, when my feet hit the floor, I'm showering and I'm at the computer. I'm talking to people. I'm responding to emails. I'm sending out referrals. That's what I'm doing when I get up.
So let's just talk about customer service when we get back. Up next, we have iFamous candles and spa trees. So she's, I guess, famous for her Liddy box, where she has candles and matches and wax melts. And I didn't know she has this Yanni potpourri, but you know, everybody's with the Yanni steam these days, and it smells good as potpourri. I might as well just sprinkle it around the house. This is another thing she's popular for, which is her turmeric face soap. If y'all don't know, turmeric lightens your face. It's something I've been using myself. But the candles, though, I love the packaging and like the names of her candles. Like this one is Sexy AF, Black AF, Bougie, and Boozy. I had to slow that down. Peace before the calm. Let me see what this smells like. Manifest everything.
I really like her website too. I don't know if
Ooh, that's pretty. Look at it. The what? Manifest.
Oh, that does smell good.
I need to get that. Let me manifest some stuff. Fluffy Girl Magic. I ain't fluffy. This,
I know it almost smells like a linen.
right? I like going to Bath and Body Works to smell all the candles, and this is like a Bath and Body Works day, except it's my girl, I Famous. Pink panties.
It's something I've smelled before that smells like.
Skittles.
My finger on it. Maybe.
Smells very fruity, like a candy. I don't know if I smelled Black AF.
Black AF. Oh, and incense, mixed bag of emotions. Smell like cocoa butter?
No, not really.
Black
But it
AF?
definitely smells cultural. It really smells good though.
I like incense too.
We smell bougie and boozy. There you go.
Manifest everything
I
and
think the manifest is my favorite.
Get lit 1 hour at a time.
get lit 1 hour at a time. See, all of that is cute.
Oh, that's cute.
All of that is really cute. This is like when you get this in the mail, this is everything. I love to get packages and then to open it up. And it says a litty box. I just get litty, you know?
Customized package and make it so personal. Oh, and like I was saying, her website is very neat.
And easy to use, yeah. Cause you've done a website, what is it, critique for her?
No, or did I? I may have. I don't know. I just be doing stuff.
You do.
Small Business Saturday, which I want to talk about.
Okay, thank you, I Famous Candles. Welcome back to Mind Your Business. I'm Jessica and I'm here with my girls. And we're talking about customer service, but let's walk into declining clients. How do we politely decline a client? Okay, so we have small businesses, right? That means we can refuse service to who we want to, basically. And everybody is not the client for you. So, any of y'all ever had to decline a client? How did that go for you?
So, under Effective, I work with several other businesses, but I personally never decline clients. I network to create a market where I can refer. And so when I'm referring people, I always have multiple people on the list. If this person can't help, then I find somebody else. Until I'm able to connect them with the person who can help them. That's just my personal experience. Like Amanda can vouch to it. I call her all the time to help me find people to help the clients that need, the service. Because if you refer somebody, they're more apt to come back to you for other things. They're going to be like, oh, this person was very helpful. So now, I need something else. And there's another way you can turn things into coins, as Miranda has said.
Miranda, what about you?
Yeah, I think 100%. When I meet with clients and talk to them, I have something that's called a discovery call for people who might be a little curious as to how my business is set up. And so we have this connect call to see if it's a good fit. And in the beginning, I explain to them that, hey, tell me what you have going on and how you foresee me helping. And if I don't offer that service, then I will try to give you some advice or send you in the direction of somebody who can help you to give you some type of advice. Because then to me, it goes back to remembering this business is not just about me. It's about the people that I serve. And just like you said, how you treat and engage with people, they're going to either recommend you to other people, like word of mouth, like the fact that, Amanda, she can attest to it, that word of mouth is one of the strongest forms of marketing that you can have, because when your friend tells you, hey, This person was so nice. They couldn't help me, but maybe they could help you. What you're doing is you're making an impression with somebody. And even if it isn't an instant coin for you, they have somebody in their life 9 times out of 10 that could use your service. And if you treat them right, then you're going to come front of mind because they're going to feel connected to you and their friend might need somebody. So it's extremely important, I think, to no matter what your engagement is, to be able to say, hey, I'm going to treat this as if this is somebody that I could, one, potentially do business with, but also just treat them as a human being, just do the right thing. Also, a lot of times with my clients, they get really, and I want to say this to kind of deviate a little bit from that, but when you think about the services that you offer, I find in working with so many entrepreneurs in the last year and a half, I've seen at this point over 100 one-on-one entrepreneurs, and I've been in contact with over 200, but one-on-one sitting down, I found that more than not, most entrepreneurs have not specifically listed out the services that they provide. And what happens in that space is when you don't specifically say that, when you don't put a stake in the ground and say, as my business, I do this, 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 and this, and nothing else. When someone comes to you and asks you to do something that you don't want to do, or that is not really something you have in your business structure that you haven't even really put together, then you sometimes begrudgingly do it. And you have an attitude about it, or you want to make some little snood comment through your marketing on it, and it makes me cringe every time I either see people on social media responding to people and saying, "Stop asking me questions on my comments. Go to my website. I've been telling y'all da 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 da." Because at the end of the day, it's your fault. It's on you to be able to train them to know where to go. And if people are jumping constantly in your comments asking questions, it's not on them. It's on you that maybe you haven't been posting it enough, because it's your job to repeat, to train your people. And so I just want people to have that mind shift when it comes to entrepreneurs and customer service. That really just, it makes me cringe when I see people do it. And I'll tell you this, I will never do business with them. I will never do business with people that I see respond to their clientele like that on social media. And I'll never.
And you're just an observer.
Yeah, and I'm just an observer. I'll connect to them. I'll never send anybody their way. I'll never do business with them. I might still follow them. I might still like your stuff. But I know in the back of my head, I'll make a note and say, oh, I would never do business or send people to you because of the way that you function.
And I'm glad you said that, because personally, I don't post it, but I do tend to think like, why aren't you looking at my website? That's what I bought it for. But like you two just said, it's up to me to train the people and say, we'll circle back. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for asking. You can find the answer here.
Yeah, but you have to look at perspective, because for you, it gets old to say over and over again, go to my website. For me, who have never seen you before, I come to your page and you said 17 posts down, hey, my website is where you do this, and the last 16 posts had nothing to do with where to go. How am I going to know where to go? I'm not going to scroll 17 things into your page to find out how to contact you if you don't make it clear or you don't repeat. Like I posted something the other day that said McDonald's is still McDonalding. Like McDonald's has been open since 1955 and they're still telling us they got a Big Mac. We know. But that's their job, is to keep it front of mind. And we have to remember this and take on that same ideology as entrepreneurs, that it's our job to repeat. It gets old to us. It does. It does. You feel redundant. You're going to feel like, man, I just posted about this. But at least 2 to 3 times a week, you need to be in that rotation of telling people who you are, how they can contact you and what you do, getting people to like you, and then giving them information that's valuable, and then repeat. That's how I live on my timeline. If you go through my timeline on any given moment, you're going to see, oh, this is something. She's found another way to tell us she's a brand strategist. She done found another way to tell us how to book with us. She done found another way to say something funny and make me like her. She's found another way to say, give me some information and value, and now I trust her. Oh, she just told me again, she's a brand strategist. Miranda, we know. And there are people probably looking at my thing going, we know, but it's my job. And it's always, that's the rotation. On Instagram, the first 6 blocks, you're going to see that.
I think as a Black female entrepreneur, you are either on this end of the spectrum or on your end of the spectrum. Whether it's I'm gonna post a lot or I ain't gonna post a lot because they need to go and look and find the information themselves. Even
why I gotta be all that? Like, sounds so negative.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't portray this negativity on social media. I try to be light and funny and all of that. But, sometimes it does get, like you said, redundant. When I'm standing on my feet for 9-10 hours a day and I get home, or even while I'm working, I don't want to repeat myself. But that's business. You do. You have to repeat yourself.
So why don't you post a lot? I guess that's kind of the question. What's your idea? What's your thought process behind how you market?
I feel like I can get out of my audience what I want via other ways than posting. So, because to me, it becomes repetitive, and then it becomes boring, and then it just feels like it's the same thing over and over and over again, and then I lose interest. So to not do that, I'd rather be more direct with the people that I want to work with. But that's just me.
That's you and other people, yeah. I'm included, you know. I don't.
But I think that's the beautiful thing about marketing and entrepreneurship is that every business looks different. And this is why it becomes very important to not look at saying, okay, my business is like this, so I'm gonna run it like this, but look at who are the people that she's talking to, and how do they like to process information. And they would probably be bothered by the way that I show up, but her people love the way that she shows up because it works for her audience. And it doesn't mean that mine is wrong or that hers is wrong. It's she knows her audience and she gives them exactly what she needs. And that's the flexibility of being an entrepreneur, is being able to recognize that, to not look over across the table at me and say, man, I need to do what Miranda doing. And your audience be like, but we don't like that. But my audience loves it. Yeah, my audience, I know who I'm talking to. And the people who don't love it, they go to Amanda or go somewhere else. That's exactly what you want. You want the people that don't like the way you want to focus on the people that love what you love. And we spend so much time chasing those people that leave, and they're not even the ones who's going to spend with us. We need to focus on the ones that love what we love. And we want those people to leave because they make room for more people to come in that love what we love.
That's true. I want to speak on that too. There's a phrase that is used in the small business or business industry, which is a mastermind group. And I would definitely call this a mastermind group. I come to you sometimes. Amanda, I think we have this unspoken. She's like one of those friends that I don't have to check up on all the time to make sure she's still my friend. Yeah. But, so I'll speak with you guys individually. And as a group, I think this was important to have Mind Your Business with you ladies, because everybody's perspective is different. The way you run your businesses is different. And what you bring to the table is like what we spoke about earlier, having a team of people who are not just your amen section, but people who will hold you accountable and help you to grow. So as a Black entrepreneur, are there any other, resources or tips that you guys might like to give to the audience?
I feel like everybody needs to find their tribe, in a sense. So for me, I don't have yes people. So me and Austin get into it all the time over anything creative, business, doesn't matter. Same with Fresco, same with Kendrick. People who are honest with you about what you're doing, and they may not know exactly what you're trying to portray, and they may not get it. But having an opinion that matters and that is valid, I think you need. And finding a tribe, I'm not sure how you go about that. It just happened. But having that is definitely a positive within the business.
I think with your the way that you network with people, those folks gravitated to you. Yeah. And I know you hit on that, because you hit on that especially on social media and just now about building a tribe and putting out the energy that attracts folks that want to work with you, or the people that you can learn from, or the people that you can teach something. So, Kalisha, what about you? Do you find that being a Black entrepreneur or a female entrepreneur, that you have any specific struggles that you like to speak to?
As far as struggles go, just finding enough hours in a day for me, because I have so much that I want to do, so many people that I want to reach. And when I I feel so defeated. I'm very easily defeated. So my time is, spread out among so many things we talked about earlier. But as far as being Black, I think now is our time, because so much is happening in our arena, and we have to be able to reach the right people and know, as Amanda said, who our crowds are, because everybody doesn't want everything. And a lot of times when we're building businesses, we don't want it to be so focused on our culture, because when it comes to making money, money is everywhere. So we want to make sure that even though we are focused on our culture and building each other up, that we're providing products and services that can be utilized by everybody. So my struggle is getting outside of Black Power and making my business and making the things that I want to be successful, marketable to everybody. And that's what I'm working on now, reaching the masses.
I feel you on that. At the same time, though, my affinity is to stick with Black Power.
Yes. You know, I'm there too. That's why it's a struggle for me, you know, because I want to see us win. Yeah. And so often, you know, people don't realize how hard it is for us to get over certain humps and stuff. And not just because we're Black, just because we have so much deep-rooted obstacles that we're not able to overcome because we want to be in this certain mindset. But once we climb out of these boxes, like we're doing right now, we're able to progress so much more so with resources and with connects and being able to talk to the right people and know what your purpose is, which is what Miranda brings to the table. And I admire her so much for that. I really have been trying to get a session with her, not really, but really. Because I don't know, you know, my purpose, you know, to say that you know your purpose. I don't know what my purpose is, but I know that I like serving. I know that I'm a servant. I know that if there is a need, I want to help. I want to be able to put people in positions and put them in places where they can excel at whatever it is that they're doing.
Sounds like she knows her purpose.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, to a degree. I'm gonna tell you, it's a game changer to be able to, because at the end of the day, what branding is, and when it comes to the marketing aspect, the businesses who really get it is they understand that they were put on this earth to make people feel a thing. And I use Chick-fil-A as an example of that all the time because people will be really interested to know that their mission statement has nothing to do with food, chicken, or a restaurant, right? And so what they've done is they've really identified the way that they want to make people feel, and they decided, oh, we'll just open up a chicken place to make people feel this thing. And they're wildly successful in that. And when you ask someone, what do they feel about Chick-fil-A, why do they like it, they talk about customer service before they speak about the food. They talk about the way Chick-fil-A makes them feel before they talk about the food, which is at best mediocre. It's just basic chicken. I mean, it's not like, you don't slap nobody, but I mean, it's good. It's good. But it isn't like, it's not like, award winning. Like, I wouldn't eat it in a competition. Is it? But you know why you feel like that? It's because of the way it make you feel. Because if they had bad customer service, you'd be like, that chicken ain't even worth me going over there, right? But when you really can identify, and what I do help my clients to do is game changing, and I really enjoy it, helping them to connect the dots, because what I discovered was that and 120 something times, every time I've been able to connect something into their past and connect it to their passion, and most people's response is, I've never thought about that. And when you really can identify why you do something and what you're brought on this earth to make people feel, to get to the point is that branding is about how you make people feel. Then you can pick whatever vehicle you want. People are looking for the purpose in the vehicle, and it's really in the feeling that you bring, because you can do it through whatever, right? So if you can identify, you can do 17 different things and tie it together in a brand if you can identify the purpose, right? So they opened up a chicken joint to make people feel important and to have a positive impact on people. That's Chick-fil-A's mission. That's what they care about. They don't care about chicken. They care about having a positive impact on people. That's in their mission statement, period. And so when you can identify that, they're the main people I use to show how it does not matter what you do. It matters what you're wanting to bring to people. When you identify that, and you breathe that into whatever you do, that's how you become successful.
Wow. I need to go and revise my mission statement, rethink my purpose, connect it to all the things that I'm good at.
Yeah. And it takes sitting down, because when you're so in it, you can't see it. I had to have somebody do it with me. So I'm not magical. I just am able to see, and I have just set up a system where I can sit somebody in front of me, ask them the right questions, and then draw the dots that they might not be able to see.
You got somebody who does what you do?
I had it in the beginning. I did. I went to see somebody twice when I first started, because I was struggling trying to put together how I wanted to create my brand. Mm-hmm. But it came together as I started doing the work. I didn't go in with the intention to help people with purpose. I didn't. I went in wanting to just help people with their brand, and then I was kind of like, oh, life coach and brand coach. And then as I started seeing the patterns of what I was bringing to people. And then I went and had a session with somebody who does brand work, Jessica Simeon. I sat down with Jessica, and we bounced some things off the wall, and she was able to help me. And then about 5 or 6 months into my business, I went back to her again because I wanted to kind of refresh what I was doing. So yeah, it's when you're so in it, you're not removed. People are always like, man, I should know this. No, you shouldn't. You know, at the end of the day, it's just you need somebody on the outside to look in, and we all need that. Speaking of teams and what we need that accountability. I have my friend circle shifted drastically when I started being an entrepreneur. I started gravitating more to people who had their own businesses. My friend circle, for the most part, my close friends, they all run businesses. And we talk about business stuff all the time. And for me, that's helpful because it helps fuel me and they hold me accountable. And so you need to get you some people, like Amanda said, in your life that's going to tell you that's in your same field or doing what you do or have that same mindset, because it's helpful. You ping yourself all over, position your friends, your circle. I listen to podcasts, I do YouTubes, I do audiobooks. That's kind of my road. That's how I pour back into myself in spots when I'm not working.
Well, you guys go and think about your mission statement. Get your list of friends. Cross out some of them. Keep the ones with a small business. We're gonna go and get some. We're gonna go and collect our coins from our sponsors, and then we'll be back. Next up, we have Zaraya Boutique. She has the chill sets for you ladies, in a wide array of colors. We have some here on the mannequin and behind us. Jumpsuits, oversized tees with the biker shorts. Just all the chill sets. And we've convinced Kalisha to try it on and give us her review of how this material feels and how it looks on her.
Looks great.
Come on, Mom. Okay. Oh, with the scrunch pants. Okay. This is a cute chill set. You've been working out.
I've been trying. I said that earlier.
So what does it feel like? Is it good?
The material is very comfortable. I think that it fits very well. I definitely would like to buy this if she's, upset. Okay.
I like the scrunch pants. They make your legs look long.
It does something. People have those boots and stuff that they have scrunchy like that. I've never had any, but I really like these pants.
Yeah, and also what I like, I don't know if you did this on purpose, but I like how you have it in one tucked in the heel and one out. But listen. But I know it sounds funny, but it looks cute both ways. That's my point.
Yeah.
It looks really cute tucked in. That's probably how I would wear it. And I could totally see how cute it looks. It almost looks like a different type of shoe with it on the outside.
I know, right? Well, I just took it out because now it was tucked up under my foot and I felt weird. But I really do love the outfit. And you could dress this up. Yeah. Put a necklace on with it. Accessories will always make this pop.
Waist beads, Yeah, that's cute. Okay, Zaraya Boutique. You can connect with her. Follow her on Facebook. I'll put her info in the comments as well. Thanks for tuning in to Mind Your Business. This was a really great conversation. I got a lot from it. I hope that you did too. I'm so thankful for my sponsors that made this event possible and for the location. Amanda, how can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter @Murals.
What's a good Netflix show that you like to recommend?
I'm going with Moesha right now.
Moesha, okay.
All 6 seasons.
Oh, so you'll be binging.
Yeah, I'm gonna binge it.
Okay, all right. Come on, Fred. Miranda, what about you? How can the people follow you?
Sure. You can connect with me on social media. My favorite is Instagram, but it's also Facebook as well, at mirandajoyner.com. Miranda Joyner. You can also follow me at mirandajoyner.com. It's spelled with all A's, so Maranda.
Okay. What about you? What are you watching on Netflix right now?
Right now, I am watching, I'm waiting on my son to come back home so that we can watch The Umbrella Academy. Right? The second season's out. But right now, in the meantime, while he's with his father, I am watching The Imposters. And I am really enjoying it.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No, it's not. It's about these con artists that are going around conning people and getting money out of them.
You have to sit and watch and pay attention. But see, you like the throwback.
If Martin was on, I'd be watching Martin. Okay, all right.
Kalisha, how can the folks connect with you?
Kalisha Patrice on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All Kalisha Patrice. And also follow my business page, Effective Marketing and Networking on Facebook.
What about you? Are you watching anything on Netflix?
Okay, so honestly, I do not watch a lot of television. I just can't get into it.
Are you reading any books?
Kind of, sort of, maybe. But I'm a big cartoon fan, right? Okay. So I do watch YouTube videos sometimes. Zooming with the Homies by Tahir Moore. That's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite YouTube show. And also Wording is Hard. Those are two shows that he does on YouTube. But Disney, the little app that you can do Disney on, you know, Beyonce just dropped this Black is King. Have any of y'all got to?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm excited about that. I haven't bought the little Disney app yet. I've been looking at that $12.99 a month, trying to make a decision. I'm gonna buy it for 1 month. Watch that, then I'll be done.
Hilarious. Go somebody else.
And you can follow me on Facebook at Jessica Marie. On Instagram, I am Jessica Marie _coach. You can also follow my lock page, LOCD JESSRIGHT. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Follow all of my friends and see you next time.